The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. First of all, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for coming because today we do have a webinar on FXTM Shares account as well, which will give you a different dimension about FXTM account type. So, before we proceed further, those who are regular, frequent attendees of our webinars, my name is Bilal Jafar. As you all know that, for all those who are coming just for the very first time, I'm currently working as an FX trainer here. So I'm conducting different educational and activities across different regions, including different webinars and seminars as well. So before we proceed further, first of all, I would like to know from your side if everything is fine regarding the audio and the video. Please do send me confirmations regarding the technical stuff so that we can proceed further, because it is very important for us to know as well that audio and the video is perfectly fine so that we can proceed with everything else. Okay, so we have started getting confirmation. So if you are facing any issue, you can also let me know. But if everything is fine, excuse me. So if everything is fine, you can let me know simply by just typing a message that everything is okay. My health is not 100%, but I'll try to explain each and everything in detail here. Pardon me for any cough or anything like that in between, because due to weather, health is not 100%. But anyways, today's topic is FXTM shares account, and I'll explain in each and everything about FXTM shares account, that how you can actually open an FXTM shares account, what sort of instruments currently are being offered there, and what you can trade there as well. What I can understand from you guys is that a lot of you guys are trading the forex market. How many of you guys are new in forex market, or new with FXTM for that matter? I would like to know how many of you guys are new. If you're a beginner or just starting your trading journey, or just initiating uh, about forex trading or anything for that matter, please let me know. Because it will be really good for me to understand what sort of audience that we have right now, because then I'll be able to explain in a better way, because it is very important for me to get an idea what sort of audience that we have. Okay, beginners. Okay, so it seems like that we do have a mix of audience who are currently just they have just started the trading journey, or they have been trading for a little while now. So I think it's perfectly fine, because FXTM shares account is an account type that you can trade as a beginner as well. So it is perfectly fine. Obviously, you need to understand different dynamics before you execute your trade. So how many of you guys are already aware of what FXTM shares account is all about? It'll be great if you could mention if you already heard about FXTM shares account, or you already know what this account type is all about. I would like to know from your side. Okay. So it seems like that each and every one of you guys are relatively new to FXTM shares account. So I think it's really good. So let's start the presentation today. So FXTM shares account is a really important product that FXTM currently offering, because a lot of people, they don't even know that they can trade in the international CFD market. So they don't know how to trade the market. So I think it's really really important for you to understand that you can actually trade not only forex and commodities, because a lot of people uh, they think that they can only trade forex or commodities and nothing else. But the fact of the matter is that you can actually trade uh, different shares through CFDs as well, international shares like Facebook, Google, Apple. I mean, we'll get into the details in the later slides, but you can actually trade those instruments as well. So it is very important for you for diversification as well. I mean, for example, if you are a trader, you do have an account for about $1,000 and you would like to trade, for example, $400 in forex market, like $400 in commodities market. Then you can spare a part around $200 for shares account as well. Just giving you an example. I mean, it's not the final calculation or anything like that. It all depends upon you what sort of trading equity that you have in your trading account. But you can spare some money to trade international stocks as well through CFDs, which will be really great for you uh, for portfolio diversification. That if forex market is not working, if commodities market is not working, you can take advantage of the stock market, international stock market, international shares for that matter. Okay, so let's discuss about the agenda. The agenda will discuss about what shares trading is all about. First thing first, and the most important thing. Then we will discuss about the what FXTM shares account is all about. Then we will discuss about the different CFTs and the different characteristics of account types. Then we will talk about the margin and the leverage that you require. Then we'll talk about the contract size while executing your trade, and then we'll have a Q&A session. By the way, in between, if you do have any question or query, if you want to ask me anything, please feel free to let me know at any point of time. I'll be more than happy to answer your query in whatever you are asking at that point of time. So share selling. Ever wondered how you can actually benefit from the market movement in popular shares? So the answer is here. So let's take a look at these companies. Like you are already aware of what Google is all about, Coca-Cola, Wells Fargo, Facebook. I mean, all these international brands, international companies, Amazon, for that matter. So these companies are big. These companies are massive. So if you want to trade these stocks, you can actually trade through shares, FXTM shares account. You can go there. You can execute your trades. You can buy or you can sell in international market. So it's completely up to you as the trader. So all these instruments we do have in FXTM shares account. So for example, if I ask you, how many of you guys are already aware of, let's say, Google? I mean, most of you guys must be aware of. How many of you guys are aware of Google? Google is a big company. It's a massive company, or for that matter, Amazon as well, the giant in e-commerce, and Facebook as well. I mean, each and every one of you must have a Facebook account. So you are somehow aware of all these companies, like Coca-Cola for that matter. So if you are aware of all these companies, I mean, you can take advantage of their shares trading as well. So that's how you can open FXTM shares account, and you can actually apply different trades in order to take advantage of the market, in order to take advantage of the price movement, because uh, these international shares move the same way in international market like other financial instruments. Probably not as volatile as forex market, because forex market's volume is pretty big, pretty massive. I mean, all the countries are involved, but as far as shares are concerned, it's a little limited for that matter. But still, there are many opportunities within forex market as well, and shares market as well, that you can take advantage of. So now you can trade most of the shares price using the famous MT4 way FXTM shares account. So you can open FXTM shares account, you can go there, you can trade these international shares, and you can take advantage of each and everything there. If you do have any question in between, I'll be more than happy to answer your query. I already told you that whenever you have any question or query in your mind, you can just ask me straight away. CFDs. So how you can trade the international shares? You can actually trade through CFD. So what is CFD? A contract for difference is a contract made between buyer and a seller for a specific share where one party agrees to pay another price difference between the opening and the closing price of the contract. So you can actually buy or sell a particular financial asset without actually owning that asset. So it is really important for you to understand that uh, for to trade a particular financial asset, you don't need to own that asset, and that's the same thing that you can treat here as well. So for example, if you want to trade a particular instrument but you don't want to own it, so you can trade through CFDs. For example, I'm not asking you that if you want to buy shares of Google or Apple, you need to go to New York Stock Exchange for that. You can trade through here as well, and that's why CFDs are there, just to help you out to take advantage of the price movement. So that's how you can actually trade through CFDs. So the question is, what is the difference between the normal shares and the CFD? So traders who invest in shares directly own the underlying share, which is a portion of the company to wealth. As I told you earlier, when you trade through normal share, for example, you go to New York Stock Exchange and you say that, okay, I need 10 shares of Apple for that matter. I'll pay you a certain price, and that's it. So you're actually owning that stock, and you are somehow you do have a portion in the company as well. So in contract, the CFD traders buy a contract between themselves and a broker which speculates on the share's entry and exit value. So here you can actually trade on the basis of price changes, and you can take advantage of the price changes rather than owning that particular stock. So another question is that how do I trade CFDs on MT4 platform? As I already told you earlier as well, that you can actually trade these international shares through your MT4. You just need to log into your MT4. You can open FXTM Shares account. Whenever you open, for example, any account type, they'll ask you the option like ECN account or standard account or FXTM Pro account for that matter. You can just select an option of FXTM Shares account. You can go there and you can trade through the MetaTrader 4 platform. For first, what you need to do is you need to open the FXTM Shares account demo as well as live. So how many of you guys are trading through a demo account? What I would like to know from you is that how many of you guys are trading through the demo account or the practice account for that matter? We normally call it the practice account. How many of you guys are trading through the demo account as of now? I would like to hear from you. Because it is very important. So we do have few confirmations. Okay, demo live, demo. Okay. So it is very important for you to understand that demo account is really important. Doesn't matter if you are a beginner in forex market or you have been trading the market for a long time. You need to use demo account each and every time you try to apply any particular strategy, because you need to practice that strategy first, and then you need to apply in your trading account. So for that, you always need to have a demo account for the practice purposes, and so that you can take advantage when you go into the live market. Okay guys, so you can open FXTM Shares account demo as well as the live account as well. You can open any account at any point of time. You can select these options like your name, details, just like normal thing which you use while you are opening an account. Next is install the MetaTrader 4 platform. This is pretty simple as well. You need to go through into the detail, and then you will be able to see this. By the way, the server that you need to choose is FXTM standard, because you can open FXTM Shares account and all the details that you have about FXTM Shares account, but all the details you need to put in the server which you need to select at that time in MT4 is MT4 Forex Time MT4 standard account. So you'll get all the details like here, like Apple, Google, Amazon, all the things are mentioned here. You can see here. You can open the share of your choice, for example, Amazon, and you can see the chart. So all these things are really important. So why you can actually you need to select the FXM shares account. There are more than 180 shares. globally, and you can trade anything you want. And because of the reason that we do have a wide range of uh, trading instruments, you can trade anything at any point of time. So real feed from Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange, and fixed leverage of 1:5. You can receive dividends adjustments as well, commission free with swap free option, and you can trade from your MT4 trading platform at any point of time. So here's FXTM Shares account. All the details are being mentioned here. You can go to the FXTM website and you can see the details there as well in detail if you want to. But all those requirements are pretty simple and easy to use if you are already using something like FXTM standard account or ECN account. That's pretty much the same as well. You don't need to go through it. So let's talk about the margin as well. We'll talk about a few other things as well. Let's talk about the margin. Margin is the amount of fund that the broker requires for trader in order to cover any potential losses. The amount of money that trader need to have in their account in order to keep a position open. So that is the basic concept of what margin is all about. And you can actually see here, you can see the margin, you can see the value of the trade, and you can understand the concept what I'm talking about. So margin, which is a minimum requirement from the brokerage house in order to cover any potential losses. Leverage. So let's talk about the leverage. You must have a basic idea about leverage as well previously. So leverage in forex is like a loan that the broker gives to the traders in order to maximize trading potential. So one of the biggest advantage of retail forex brokerage houses is that you can have a luxury of leverage in which you can actually multiply your trading potential. For example, if you do have $100 and you select leverage of 1:100, so you can actually buy or sell things worth $10,000. So that's the basic concept of leverage. If you do have any question in between, I'll be more than happy to answer your query. You can ask me at any point of time. You just need to type your message, and as soon as I receive that message, I'll be more than happy to answer your query. So the next is the contract size, the size or amount of an asset to be delivered, contract size of an instrument. So, for example, let's take an example of comparison of forex with commodities and then the shares. Let's take a look at this. So it's like what we talk about one standard lot or 100,000 units for that matter, right? You can take a look at it. If you do have any question, you can ask me at any point of time. There is a question regarding the margin. I already explained that in our previous slide, but I'll explain it for you as well again. So margin is the amount which is required by broker for trader in order to cover any potential losses. So margin for share account is different and it depends upon the individual share as well. So you need to go to the website either, or you can check from your MT4 as well. But you need to go to the website in order to have a clear idea, because in terms of shares, margin depends upon the particular share as well. So we had a discussion about the leverage as well. So let's talk about the contract size. So we're talking about the contract size. You can see one standard lot in currencies means 100,000 units, 100,000 unit in oil, 1,000 barrel, gold, 100 ounce, Apple 100 share, UK FTSE 10 units. And contract specifications as well. Let's take an example of Apple, and you can see the contract specifications like you can see the spread, you can see the digits, stop loss, contract size, margin, and all the small little details that you can have while you are trading through your MT4. And then you can see the margin leverage calculations as well. The leverage is equal to 1 divided by percentage of margin requires, and margin equal to percentage margin into the value of the trade. Value of the trade is equal to lot size into price into contract size. If you do have any question, I'll be more than happy to answer. By the way, all these webinars are being recorded and you can access all these webinars in your MyFXTM as well at any point of time. So you don't need to worry about it, worry about anything. So margin is equal to percentage of margin which is required into the lot size, into the price, and into the contract. And this is the total value of the trade that you can get. So this is the value of the trade. So let's take an example of Apple. For example, you do have a balance of $5,000. Here you can see the price. For example, you do open a buy trade of Apple with size of 1.0. This is the price, and price reaches this level. The difference between this one and this price is $1.6. $1.6 into 100, because what 1.00 means, 100 units of Apple share. So 100 units into 1.6, 160. So after swap, this is the amount and that you will get in profits. So that's how you can actually calculate the margin while you are trading through FXTM shares account. Any question, guys? If you do have any question regarding this, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer. For example, let's take a look at this. So the size is this 1.00, and the price is this one. So the price range is this. Price range 200.58. So difference between 200.58 and 198.98 is 1.6. 1.6 into 100, that is equal to $160. So let's take a look at the calculations here. As you can see here, this is Apple share, lot size one lot, and the price of here, the contract size 100, because I already told you that one standard lot in share means 100, and the percentage required 10% of the leverage. If leverage is 1 to 10, so margin is equal to 10%. So margin would be, the required margin would be at least 1989. So that's how it works actually. So that was pretty much it. If you do have any question, because today's presentation was a small one, just to give you an idea about what FXTM shares are all about. If you are confused about anything, or if you want to know about anything regarding what FXTM shares account are all about, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer your query. Any question, guys? Or you can ask me about anything regarding not only FXTM shares account, but if you do have any other question as well, I'll be more than happy to answer that. Okay, so there was a question regarding the how beginners need to start. So first thing first, what you need to do in forex marketing, you need to learn about the market itself, because there is difference between a successful trader and an successful trader is that a successful trader always prepare himself for the market, whereas non-successful trader, they just learn few things, and they think that okay, everything is fine, that we are good to go in the market now, we are good to go to trade live now, which is a big mistake in my opinion, because what you need to do is you need to learn about the market first, and then you can apply your knowledge to take advantage of the market. So learning is really important, guys. Learning is really important, and give yourself time for practice as well, because without practice, I don't think so it will be easy for anyone to just trade the market. Anyone else, guys? Do you guys have any question? So there was a question regarding the free margin. I mean, if you ask me, if you are a risk averse sort of a person, that you obviously you need uh, a good percentage of free margin. You can't just trade the market neck to neck, in the sense that okay, this is the margin required. Let's have somewhere around that amount, and then let's trade the market, because you never know about the market. If market moves against you, then you will be able to you won't be able to protect your position, trading position. So it's always good to have a large amount of free margin, a large percentage of free margin. So I guess, guys, that was pretty much it. So that was a short and small presentation regarding FXTM Shares account. So uh, if there is anything, please let me know. So if you do have any question or query, please let me know. So in case if you want to ask me anything after this presentation, you can contact me on my email address as well. Uh, you can note down, it's BILAL.JAFAR@the rate of fxtm.com. So you can contact me there at any point of time. I'll be more than happy to answer your query. Till then, it was really, really nice talking to you, and I hope to see you guys soon again in our upcoming presentations. Till then, take care and have a good time.